10 million years ago, a volcano erupted in the Pacific Ocean that would eventually become the island of Kauai. Kauai is considered the oldest island in all of Hawaii and is also known as the Garden Isle due to its emerald valleys, sharp mountain peaks, and jagged cliffs. Every year, almost 1.2 million visitors get to enjoy the natural phenomena Kauai has to offer. When you decide to finally visit this island and start your adventure, please remember to respect the cultural traditions the people of Kauai have cultivated and to leave each part of the island you visit the same way you found it. Welcome to Kauai, my friends, and always remember to live your life while the sun is still shining. Look happy like it's your birthday. Put your arm out. To give you the best user experience while watching this video, the sequence of information I'll be laying out will be the following. First, I'll go over all the sunk costs to get to Kauai, and then there'll be immersive sections of each place we visited, places we ate at, and the cost or logistics each activity entailed. We'll also have links in the description of our video to help you plan your next trip to Kauai. Using these affiliate links helps support our channel and is a way to say thanks if you thought any of this information was helpful. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel also helps others like you find this content. With that being said, thank you so much for getting here. Please sit back and enjoy the video. When your paid time off is finally approved and you've packed your bags, prepare to spend $852 on a round-trip flight if you're flying from Austin, Texas to Lihue Airport. Flight time will vary, but if you're on a connecting flight from LAX, expect to be in the sky for about 6 hours. Once you land, you'll head over to the rental car section to pick up your ride. For our 6-day trip, we spent about $1,000 for a rental car that you can book while getting your flight from whatever airline you choose. We got a Ford Mustang convertible because my wife loves driving with the wind and sun hitting our faces. Since you left the airport in a rush, you might be a little hungry, so stop by Mark's place to get yourself a traditional Hawaiian plate lunch right outside the airport. Our first meal on the island costed about $24 for a teriyaki chicken plate lunch with a few extra sides and drinks. Our VRBO was actually 15 minutes away in POIPU at this point. The location we chose helped keep travel time efficient throughout our trip. POIPU is located on the southern part of the island, but was also almost in the middle between every activity we planned for. For 5 nights, our VRBO costed us $2,494. We really enjoyed how clean and efficient the one-bedroom condo was. The only downside was that the laundry was done at a central building within the complex. But other than that, having our own kitchen and a nice restroom was all we needed to make the trip comfortable. If you'd like to book the exact spot we stayed at, check the link in our description. To save money and time every day, we like to cook our own breakfast. Restaurants in the morning can be packed and takes hours out of your day. So shopping for bacon, eggs, and toast, along with some of your favorite snacks and drinks will not only save you time, but a decent amount of money. We spent about $144 on groceries for the entire week. Now that Hannah and I were situated, we walked 5 minutes from our condo to enjoy the first beach of our Kauai trip, which was the peaceful, animal-friendly POIPU beach. Now granted, this isn't the most remote beach in Kauai. It's still a great beach to enjoy calmer waves and peaceful wind. Something else that's really special about POIPU Beach is how unfazed the animals are when they travel onto the sand to rest. You'll find seals and sea turtles throughout the day if you're patient. It's truly a sight to behold when they suddenly appear. It's as if POIPU Beach has an acceptable comfort level for these animals to still call this area their home. It has to do with something about how respectful tourists and locals are to the wildlife in this area, and I'm very happy to see it. This is how calm POIPU Beach is. Try to admire from afar and embrace their presence. Seeing these animals on POIPU was an amazing way to start our trip. After getting a good night's rest, Hannah and I were ready to see some bigger waves on our second day. A few miles down the road, you can find these type of waves at Shipwreck Beach. If the name doesn't give you a hint already, these are not the type of waters to tread lightly in. The beach is 8 miles long, with a 40-foot cliff for people with great health insurance to jump off of. I didn't jump off any cliffs that day, but here's a clip of someone who did. So not only are the waves really strong, but there are a decent amount of lava rocks about 15 feet from the shore. So when you're out there, keep your knees high to avoid cutting the bottom of your feet. If you're an adrenaline junkie like me, you'll stay out there for a while to catch the biggest waves so you can fly into the air and see the top of everyone's head sitting on the beach.
It's coming. It's coming! Yeah, baby!
Hannah and I spent our entire second day here to relax before the next day, because what we had planned next was not going to be as easygoing.
Okay, put in at the boat ramp. That's on the north side of the river. The rule is always stay at least 50 feet within the north bank. Paddle up river. About 2 miles up, you're going to come to a cove. Just around the bend here, you're going to come to a beached area. You're going to see a bunch of kayaks there. It's a popular guided tour trip. After the little King and Queen's Baths, you'll climb a small hill. That'll kick you out after that to the water. Do swim around in the pool. Have a blast.
Say hello to Charlie. He is a co-owner of Scotty's Surf Co. And today we're going to rent a kayak from his shop to paddle up the Wailua River so we can hike to Secret Falls. It's about a 7-mile round trip by hiking kayaking. The kayak, at the time, costed about $152 to rent for the day. If you're in need of wet bags, backpack coolers, and life jackets, Scotty will have all those items available, ready to rent. You can get the link to his website in the description of this video. Charlie will also help you rig the kayak to your car if you've never done it before and give you great advice for hiking the trail. Once you're all set, it's just a 3-minute drive to get to the parking lot next to the Wailua River. Try to get there by 9 a.m. to secure a parking spot. Otherwise, you'll have to park farther away from the water. And kayaks are pretty heavy, so don't waste any more energy than you need to. After you get your kayak in the water, make sure to row by the north bank. This way, boats won't hit you while you drift down the river.
Aloha! Uh-oh. It's gonna get bumpy. We're okay, just keep paddling. Okay, well, we just recovered. I wish I caught that on camera, but the wakes from the boat actually almost tipped us over. So that's why you stay on the north side of the bank, y'all. So you can grab onto a tree in case you want to flip over.
Want to flip over?
Oh, unwillingly.
Enjoy the mountain views and the tranquility of the water. Imagine as if you were someone who was here hundreds of years ago. Think of the lack of modern responsibilities waiting for you at home.
Alrighty, so we reached the fork in the river, and if we go to the right, we're gonna head towards the waterfall.
When you get past the 2-mile mark, go towards the right fork of the river. Like Charlie said, you'll see a bunch of kayakers parked on the bank. Get your stuff out and start walking through the bamboo forest. The path's narrow at times and you'll have to cross a few streams.
We're making through it. We're doing it. We are getting through.
The trail can get steep and muddy, which makes room for some dangerous falls. After some time, you can walk on an elevated pathway made out of wooden planks.
Oh, look at this. A nice boardwalk path.
And after 2 more miles of hiking, you'll finally reach Secret Falls.
Oh yeah. Jacob Owens, where you at?
This waterfall is about 100 feet tall, and they say you shouldn't stand under the water in case loose rocks fall and hit you. But you'll definitely see people risk that chance for seconds at a time. I didn't mention this yet, but make sure to bring snacks and drinks for the trip so you can stay hydrated and energized. This is a straightforward and relatively safe trip to go on. Since it's so popular, you won't feel so alone trekking through the forest.
This makes no sense, man. Where did you rent your kayak from?
When we started to leave, all we could think about was how hungry we were. So after getting back to our car and dropping off our rental kayak, we got advice to visit this amazing Hawaiian eatery that wasn't too far away. After your trip to Sacred Falls, check out KONOHIKI Seafoods to get some delicious plate lunches, poke, and ginger fried chicken. The meal for one plate lunch, some poke, ginger fried chicken, and some drinks costed us about $36. It's such a hearty meal to share, but obviously order more if you don't think sharing the plate with someone would get you full. It felt like the authenticity of the food was embedded by the people who worked there that you would see on a weekly basis. Don't skip out on this place because you will truly miss out on something that is special to the locals who live in the area. So to be honest, you might be a little sore and tired from the hike, but the very next day we had plans to complete an 8-mile round trip hike at HAENA State Park to visit HANAKAPI'AI Falls. Why did we do this? Well, Hannah loves chasing waterfalls, and upon planning our trip to Kauai, HANAKAPI'AI Falls was big on her radar. It is a breathtaking 300-foot tall waterfall that is worth every step you'll take to reach it. That meant camping out for reservations to HAENA State Park, which are released 30 days in advance, every day at 12 a.m. Hawaii time. That's 5 a.m. in Austin, Texas, aka Central Time. The parking plus entry time slots sell out almost immediately, so Hannah made sure to be on the site and ready to purchase our reservations right when they were released. The link to HAENA State Park website will be in the description of our video for your reference. The time slots are sold in 4-hour increments, beginning at 6:30 a.m. with 4:30 p.m. as the latest. We did not want to feel rushed completing this hike, so we reserved all 3 time slots available, which allowed us to stay at the park all day up until sunset if we desired. We planned to arrive at the park right at 6:30 a.m. to avoid any traffic on the road and at the trail. This also ensured that we would have all the time we needed to thoroughly enjoy the experience.
And check out these mountain views right when you get out your car. They just tower over you.
Happy birthday to me!
Happy birthday, babe.
This hike is known to be a fairly difficult one. Be sure that you have experience hiking rough terrains and wear the proper footwear. It is very slippery and muddy throughout, with steep inclines and declines. There are even several streams throughout the trail that you'll be required to cross to get to HANAKAPI'AI Falls. At the beginning of the trailhead, you will see caution signs that depict what streams look like when they are safe to cross, and also how streams look when they are not safe to cross.
Okay, life advice. If the stream looks calm and sturdy, you can cross. If it looks like that, go back.
It is also suggested to bring enough water for yourself to last the entire time you're in HAENA State Park. Ideally, it is recommended to have at least 2 liters per person. In the first 2 miles of the hike, the trail will have steep steps going down and up as you hike around the mountain. We encourage you to pace yourself, rest when you need to, and make sure to stay hydrated. This hike was way more intense than we anticipated, but at certain points you'll be rewarded with amazing views of the northern cliffs of Kauai.
Man, the greatest things in life always come at a price, and today's price is how steep this incline is. A nice checkpoint as you look to your right is this wonderful view of the ocean off the cliffside.
Intense waves.
You'll know you're at the 2-mile marker when you arrive at the HANAKAPI'AI beach. This beach is honestly an amazing rest area to snack or enjoy the views, but be wary of getting into the water. Since there is no coral reef to resist the powerful ocean currents, the waves hit the shore with full force.
This is HANAKAPI'AI Beach. They say you really shouldn't swim. It's kind of insane. And as you can see, maybe from here the waves don't look that crazy, but like, it's insane. Like, look at all that.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
This means swimming is not recommended. To this day, 30 deaths have been recorded from drowning. Do not underestimate the strength of the water. As you walk along the beach, you'll notice the water from the HANAKAPI'AI Falls feeds into the ocean at the end of the stream. There is also a natural pool you can sit in to cool off. Once you're all rested, you can head back to the trail and start hiking the last 2 miles of HANAKAPI'AI Falls. On the way, you'll cross several bamboo forests, streams, and steep inclines. Just take your time and pay attention to the path.
If you ever go bouldering, this is like a V4 at least. You got a hand.
At times it can be hard to find the next part of the main path, so be careful not to accidentally venture off. After another grueling 2 miles, you'll finally start to hear the immense roar of the waterfall.
Made it. That's 300 feet.
My birthday present today. Peter would never do this if it weren't for me.
It's not vacation anymore, it's boot camp.
When you take your final steps towards the rocky entrance, be careful with your footing to avoid slipping on sharp rocks. Hannah and I promised each other not to swim under the waterfall to avoid any loose pebbles that may have fallen. These pebbles would probably feel like bullets if they were to hit your head. We also read that the water directly underneath the waterfall is so powerful that it could pull you in underneath if you aren't careful. If you do go for a swim, stay on the edges while being cautious. Swim at your own risk, nobody can save you if anything happens. I hope you feel a spiritual presence when observing this waterfall. Take your time, but be wary of the potential of flash flooding. This is probably a view that less than 1% of the world will ever see, so soak it all in. If you're lucky enough to be part of this 1%, well, congratulations, fellow traveler. You've reached one of the most legendary views this island has to offer. It'd be a shame if you made your way to the north side of Kauai and did not stop by the beautiful Hanalei beach. Hanalei beach is a 2-mile beach with an astounding view of the mountains in the background. I think being at Hanalei beach during sunset hour is the best time to visit. It's a friendly beach with a pier that's perfect to view the sunset from. The water is also really calm since you are technically in a bay. If you get to end your day at Hanalei Bay, you will not be disappointed, especially being around your loved ones. There's something about this beach that feels very sentimental, even if it's your first time visiting. Cherish all your memories, and try to make the best of your day by finishing it at Hanalei Bay. Since we were so exhausted from the past 2 days of hiking, we decided to drive to WAIMEA Canyon. This was the last day of our trip and we could only fit in one more activity before our flight at 6 p.m. So late in the morning we started heading west of the island. Once you start driving far enough into the mountains, you'll pass by plenty of different lookout spots. For entry to the WAIMEA Canyon, at the time it costed us $20 for parking and 2 entry tickets. As you take each step closer to the canyon, the atmosphere is eerily silent and complements the vastness of the scenery. An array of different geographic features are present from your view. 800-foot waterfalls, rivers, rainforests, swamps, and red canyons decorate your view. I swear there's buried treasure out there. Just gotta find it. Visiting this canyon is a great way to end your trip. If you followed every activity we've done in this video, you should feel slightly accomplished. From varying waterfalls, high altitude views, and peaceful beaches, you've done a little bit of everything there is to do in Kauai. However, there are still quite a list of places to visit that will warrant a second trip. Hannah and I really hope you enjoyed this video and can make use of the resources we've provided. Visiting this island has been one of the most adventurous trips we've taken, and we hope you can replicate or surpass what we were able to achieve in 6 days. Feel free to comment below, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to subscribe for future travel guides. This has been Peter Lee from Strike First Finance. Until the next adventure, thank you for watching.